Expediting with Lucy here. I just shot a video here a few minutes ago, and I got all the way to the end, and then the CB radio started squawking, and some guy was cussing some other guy out. Wow, I did not see that coming. That radio hadn't peaked for a while. Jeez. Anyway, I'd like to talk about dehydration. And most of us walk around every day dehydrated. That's just the way we are. If you are thirsty, you're already dehydrated. If you don't feel thirsty, you're good. But as soon as you feel it, you're already past the point of dehydration. The color of your urine, if it's dark, you're really dehydrated. You're medium, you're still dehydrated. You can keep clear. And the conventional wisdom when you're driving, especially driving long range, is not to drink a lot of fluid because, gee, I'm going to have to get out and eat. Well, yeah. So when people say, well, how do you stay awake? Well, they automatically go with, coffee and energy drinks, those little energy shots and stuff. Yeah, to an extent, yes, but that stuff's not good for you. It really isn't. You can't just keep slamming those things and expect your body to be healthy. And you also build up a tolerance to it. But water keeps your body awake. The little synapses in your brain got to snap and pop and do their thing, and water is what keeps them going. A little bit of caffeine works, again, to an extent, but your body does build up a tolerance. Now, if you go back to this channel and go all the way to the bottom and look at the very first video I ever put on here, which was something I dragged off my computer from a couple of years ago, you will understand what I'm speaking of. I had the need to stay awake for a very long car drive. And one of the steps I took to prep my body was to purge myself of caffeine, which meant no drinks, no energy drinks, no Cokes, no sodas of any type, no coffee, no tea, no chocolate. Yeah, I said chocolate. Nothing with caffeine. I think it was 10 or 11 days, and I felt like garbage. I had headaches and all kinds of stuff because your body's used to having a constant flood of caffeine in the system. So I purged myself. I left New York City, my little car, no caffeine in my system. I had one giant monster drink on the floorboard next to me, on the side passenger seat. And being wired on nothing but water, I was in western Nebraska, which was the first time I actually felt tired. That was 1,400 miles, and I was kind of yawning, looking around, going, wow, I'm kind of tired. But I wasn't like drop dead tired, but I yawned. And I cracked the cap on that. I took one swig and put the bottle back on the floor, never touched it again. And I still had more than 1,400 miles to go. And it was just on water. I mean, so yes, your body does well on that. And again, if you're purged of caffeine, wow, does that kick in. But just remember, this job, there is no amount of money that is worth your health. And sitting here like we do, doing this, is not healthy. Drinking garbage is not healthy. You know, it's just, you've got to move around, you've got to drink fluids. Every single rest area I see, every single rest area I come across, I pull into. All of them. Why? Move around. I don't even shut the engine off sometimes. I just open the door, get out, walk around the van, open the back door, check the load, get back in the van, put it in gear, drive off. That's it. You know, as long as you use the restroom, whatever. Move your muscles, move your body, because you will start having fluids pooling in your body. It's not healthy. Drink your fluid, drink your water, and that will keep you awake. You know, it's just that works for me. If you are tired and you are in a situation where you have to stay awake and you just can't do it, two things that are a fact of life. If you are angry, you can't be sleepy. If you are excited, you can't be sleepy. I listen to music. I listen to podcasts. I have satellite radio through an app that goes to my phone. And I listen to YouTube going down the road. There's a lot of stuff on there you don't have to watch. You can just turn it on, turn the camera away, and listen to it. I listen to things on there that make me angry, that bother me, just brrr. You know, some people, it's politics. I don't care what your flavor is. But you get in there and put on something that just grinds you, just and that will keep you awake. That is a way to prep, to kind of boost your body to get to that spot where you can safely pull off. And like I said, whatever it is, it makes you excited, makes you happy, or makes you angry. I mean, literally, that makes you, get you going. But don't use it as a long-term thing, because it's not going to work. Now, there aren't nearly enough parking spaces for trucks than there are trucks on the road. And the problem that causes is the truck stops and the rest areas don't have near enough space for trucks. So what they do is they pull off by rest areas, and they'll be lined up, 75, 100 yards going in, and then they'll be going out. Big signs say no parking, but they park anyway because they don't have a choice. Because about 2 years ago, the government went to electronic logbooks. So if that truck's going more than 5 miles an hour, they know it. And they have legal duty days, stuff that we don't have to deal with. And they can't move the truck. Back in yesteryear, they can just kind of pencil whip it to get to the next pull off to get to safely stop. They can't do it anymore, so they have to stop where they stop. And a phenomenon I'm noticing is a lot of trucks are on the highway and they get on the off ramp and stop right there, and they leave their lights on, their parking lights on, which is a good idea. But don't ever for any reason stop on an off ramp. Don't do it. You're asking for trouble. You can, if you need to pull over for whatever reason, hit the off-ramp, go through the intersection, park on the on-ramp. Because people come off, they get onto the on-ramp, they start accelerating, they go to highway speeds. You pull off on an off-ramp from the highway, especially when you have your lights on, and the guy behind you 5 minutes later is driving along and he's tired and he's sleepy. He goes, okay, off-ramp, and through his blurry haze, he sees red lights. He goes, oh, I'm following this guy. Bam! You just got rear-ended at highway speeds. Don't park on an off-ramp. I don't care if you're just gonna pee. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's too risky. People do it anyway, but I've seen a few accidents from that. But when you're tired, it's your body telling you to go lay down. I mean, when you're sleepy, it's like you're driving drunk. It's not worth it. As soon as you start feeling that uncomfortable feeling, you need to set your watch and say, I got 10 minutes. I need to be stopped. Literally. You start looking for a rest area, truck stop, a turn off, and you just start looking. Give it 10 minutes, that's it. You need to pull off. You really need to stop. It's dangerous and it's not worth it. But stay hydrated. That's going to be your best friend out here to stay awake and to stay healthy. Don't sit there and drink soda all day long. Don't do that. Drink water. That's what I have right here. It's got a flavor stuff my wife gives me. I put it in. I reload this thing out of my bucket. I got a bucket of water in here, out of my container in the back, and I drink that going down the road. That's my thing, and it works. So that's it on dehydration and staying awake. Expediting with Lucy. I'm out.